Hello and welcome back to my channel. So happy that you're here. And before I go on, I first want to remind you to like my videos, share my videos, and leave me comments. I would love to know if any of the suggestions and guidance that I have shared with you has helped you. And you can comment below, or you can email me at maxine@reikibymaxine.com and ask me anything, any questions that you have, anything that you're curious about, and I would be so happy to answer them for you. So today, my topic is about elementals. Now, you might have heard of them, you might not have heard of them, and this is what Spirit wants me to enlighten you with. So I would suggest, if it's not something that you're aware of, to sit back and listen, because everything I share helps you in one way or another. Now think about it. What is on the television? What is on the radio? What are our movies about? Everything is negative. And to keep you away from negativity is so important, because on the opposite spectrum, we really live in a magical world. You are gifted, you are powerful, and you can see, you can touch, you can smell, and you can connect to the magic in this world. Or you can connect to the fear. Now, I'm sure if you're fear-based, aren't you tired of being depressed, being sad, being sick? Because all of that would just disappear. If you eat properly and you open yourself up to the love that's on this planet and the magic and the wonders that are here, and one day maybe if you wake up and you're depressed, you can just think about the elemental kingdom, because that's what they're about. They're magical, they're fun, they love to play. They play with me all the time, and the way they play with me is they mess with my photos. So trust me, you can take a picture and an elemental, a fairy, whatever you want to call them, they can change your photos. They can add things to them. And if you don't believe me, well, try it and see. Because when you open your mind up to them, you open your mind up and your life and your heart into the magic of this world. So I just want to give you just a little bit of information about how I got involved with them and how it's grown. And then I'm also going to share with you, hopefully it works, but really the only way I can do this is show you photos that I have taken on my phone. And unfortunately, if I could put every photo of them in a folder on my cell phone, and maybe one of you know how to do it, I don't, I would just be in heaven, because then I can just open it up and there they are. Unfortunately, I can only share with you some photos that I just recently took last week. So anyway, while I was sent to Portland, and you know, I followed my gut, my intuition, my guidance, because I've said before, I do not live in this world. I connect only with my higher self, and my higher self guides me wherever I need to be, and that's where I go. So I went to Portland, and I don't know why I was going there, but in Portland is where I got introduced to the elements, the elemental kingdom. Now, first off, we are all elements. Astrologically, you're either a fire sign, an air sign, a water sign, or an earth sign, right? So the elements are seen in all of those elements. They're in the water, they're in the sky or the air, they're in the fire, and they're on the ground, on earth. And so first, I took photos when I was in Portland, because Portland does have the most beautiful nature I've ever seen. And they started to appear in my pictures. And I was taking pictures of water, and like human faces were peering through my photo. Big, big pictures. And I'm like, oh my God, what's this? So anyway, I took these pictures, I posted them, somebody knew them, what they were, and they told me what they were, and that's how I found out. So lo and behold, I was always in the water, taking the photos of them in the water, because I was thinking that's where they were. Didn't make the connection about, air, fire, earth, and water. And then when I was on just land in a forest with no water, I said to myself, well, I guess I won't see them here because there's no water. And I took some photos, and bam, there they showed up in my photos. And I was in the earth. Let's just say that. The earth elementals. And there was wolves all over my pictures, but there was no wolves that I could see. And trust me, they're in a different dimension. They're in a different world. We're connected to all the worlds. And when you open up, you'll start seeing different worlds, different visions. And right now, I see it. I don't meditate like a lot of people do and see things. So I see them on my photos. It's absolutely amazing. So anyway, so this is how I know that they hear me. Now we can move on, and you can say, well, that was a coincidence. I will tell you there are no coincidences. But if you need more proof, during the fall season, I was taking pictures, because the fall in Oregon is 1,000 times prettier than, San Diego doesn't really have a fall. And they were all over my trees. They appear white in a photo. If you really enlarge the photo and really look at it, you can start to see faces and things. And so they were all over this tree. And so I stopped taking the picture, and I said, please don't appear on these trees so I can take some photos. I want the orange and the reds to come through so I could share them. And so I took a picture, and they were all gone. But there was one little fairy sitting on top of the tree. Swear to God, it looked like SpongeBob. Just the shape of SpongeBob. And it was sitting over, and there was a tear rolling down his cheek because I'd asked them not to be in my photos. It was so cute. So that's how they talk to you. That's how I know they hear you. And then I always ask questions. I mean, I can ask any question and I always get an answer. And it could just be about a person. Like, let's say I haven't seen my friend in 6 months or something. And I'll go, gee, I wonder what happened to so-and-so. And then bam, they text me or I run into them. And so that's how it's been with the fairies. Now with the fairies, I wanted to advance my sight and vision, and I wanted to see them with my own eyes without a camera. So then bam, I started seeing them without the camera. I don't see them all without the camera, but trust me, I see quite a few without the camera. Then I moved and back to California, and I was in that forest and I was taking pictures and blah blah blah. But I started seeing them in my shower. Now my shower wasn't tile like plain old like subway, white subway tile. It was a designer type tile. So they appear through the designs as pictures. And I would stare at them and they would change. So it would be like, let's say an elephant, and it would turn into a man, and then it would turn into a child, and then it would turn into a woman, and then it would turn into a wolf. And it would just do that over and over. And I could see this with my eyes. It was amazing. But I couldn't take videos of movement that I see because it's not in this dimension. So anyway, now we'll fast forward to I moved to my house, another apartment. I'm going, well, I don't have that tile, but I have a brown floor with designs, and they show up on my floors. So Anyway, let's go to, gee, I wonder if I could ever see them moving. And lo and behold, in my new apartment, I went across, I was sitting in my patio in a chair, and during like right when the sun was going to go down, because it's not bright sunlight, but it's kind of dark, but there's light, and it could be a street light because they show through street lights very easily, more so than the sunlight, especially in that type of situation. And oh my God, I saw them across the street coming to life, dancing, kissing, moving, playing, laughing, and waving at me too. Unfortunately, I can't take a picture of that either, but I did take a photo, but I just switched my phone and it would take me a while to find it. So I'm sorry I won't be able to share it with you. I'm just going to share other photos with you. So this is not a lighting situation. This is nothing to explain that everybody wants to do because of fear-based information. It's joy and fun and play, and you can talk to them and they will answer you in many different ways. So here is a picture. Let's see. Now this is a water scene, and actually the water is green, but everywhere you see the lights, you see right here there's like a little face, and then right here there's something right here. So, and then all of this white, if I enlarge this picture and then you look, you might start seeing some strange looking faces, like right there with the ears. Now what I see and what you see could be different, and that's okay. Now this one, this particular photo is easier to see to me because it's right in your face. Let's see. Just bear with me for a moment. This one right here, this big white glob. Now this is water. This is green water. I'm going to make it bigger. It's not coming out as clearly as I can see it, but you see all of this right here. Now, if this was on your camera, you could make it bigger and you could see all these faces in here and all of this stuff, but this alone looks like a body with ears coming out. And it's just, you know, take a picture of the water. If I set back, you see that big white, big blob here? Those are fairies. Here's another photo, and all of this right here are fairies. Now if I make it bigger, you see that? There's faces in there, all kinds of faces, and they all come together. Oh, here's the picture, oh my goodness, of the photo. I don't know if you can see them. Sorry, I'm trying to line that up, but all of this here is a plant. A couple of plants across the street from my apartment. And all of these are fairies, and they're a little bit bigger. And these are the ones that I see come to life. Now let me see. I can make it bigger. Do you see like a face here and a face here? Hopefully you see that. And you see this is the original shot of my photo. Now I just look for them. I can see them very easily, so you have to search. but you need to be open to it and get rid of all that fear and all those excuses that, oh, that's just there because of the lighting, because of whatever. I mean, the world is showing us, look, the sun with rainbow colors. In fact, I have a photo that's absolutely amazing. Hopefully I will find it. This one I know for sure you will see. If I can find it, but in the meantime, here's like this big ball of light on top of my head. And there's elementals all over there. And I'm a light worker, so I take a lot of photos, and there's all this light on me, on my photos. It's very interesting and kind of fun to see. But let me see here. This will be the last one I'll show you. It's in my... Oh, this isn't the last one. You see them on flowers? They look like... Now, I've seen them like this. I didn't take this picture, but a friend of mine sent it to me. And this is easy for you to see. You know, you take a picture of a flower and there they are, little faces. They're cute. And really, that's what they're here. They're here to heal the planet, to spread love and joy, peace and harmony. And you open up to it so you feel their love and peace. Because, you know, it's so important to open your mind. It's all about awareness. Because when you become aware, then you are able to see all kinds of things, not just elementals, but you start opening into the middle dimension, or the middle world is what I call it. Because eventually that middle world is going to be our vision all the time. But this most interesting thing happened to me because I'm so used to going into the different dimensions. All I have to do is stare at a picture or a thing or anything for like 3 seconds, and all of a sudden I feel like I've entered into a different dimension, and then I see all of this stuff. But there were times I've taken photos. I take a lot of selfies. And try this. Put your sunglasses on, go outside where the sun is, take a selfie, and then look inside your sunglasses, because there you see a lot of things that, instead of reflecting what you're seeing on this earth plane, sometimes you reflect something else from the middle world. So you can try it. And this happens to me like all the time. It's amazing how I take a picture. I took a picture of myself in my car, in the mall. Of course, my car wasn't in the mall. I was parked outside in the mall. It was a week before Christmas. And there's a million cars. Everyone's doing last minute shopping. So I take a photo of myself, and there's Macy's, big sign, Macy's sign right behind me. So, and in front of me are just cars. You know what a mall looks like, a parking lot. And I look inside my sunglasses, and lo and behold, what was behind me wasn't Macy's. But there was a woman in the back seat of my car. And she was wearing a coat, like a winter coat, but, you know, it was 75 degrees outside because, you know, I'm in San Diego. And of course, there was no woman in the back seat of my car. And there was a snake back there, and the head was about this big, and the body was huge. And it was right there in the reflection of my sunglasses. And then forward to that, or in front of that, was a scene But the scene wasn't all the cars that were in the parking lot. It was like rolling hills and a mountain. And there was one car that looked like it was driving by. And the car was like from the 1930s or something. I don't know. It wasn't a new car. And that's how I know that I can get into, or you can reflect a different, dimension off of your photos. And so now I've done that quite a few times myself, but I couldn't put all these photos like I told you in one spot. So I'm hoping that this one photo, which is close by, that you can see in the meantime. No. You can all, now I've seen them in the sky. I saw a wolf walking on a cloud. Oh, and here it is. Okay. Now this you can definitely see. Now this was my last week in Oregon. And I know that our true world is about rainbow colors. I know that the things that you see, the colors that you see, are not reality. They're the illusion, and they're here from collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is all the people collectively, what you believe you created in the world. So that's how that works. So I know that there's rainbows everywhere, and that's the true color, and eventually you're going to see rainbow skies. The whole sky is going to be rainbow colors, and the land will be rainbow colors, and the trees will be purple maybe instead of green. They might be yellow. Well, yellow you see in the fall, orange you see in the fall, red you see in the fall, but you don't see purple. So purple, it's just to give you an idea. So anyway, I'm in the forest and I snapped this photo. Now, if you see this photo, it's, first of all, I'm in the forest and all of this is green, but it's all white from my light. And there's this little face here that's sitting on the tree, kind of funny looking face. I'll make it bigger. See, do you see the face? Anyway, like I said, here's the photo, and I said to myself, well, where's the rainbow? And this voice in my ear said, well, take another photo. So I took another photo, as you will see, and there is the rainbow right here. Now, I don't know about the lighting on my camera, not my camera, but this video here, but it's not as dark to see, but if I hold it here, you can see the ball where the rainbow is. It's a big, huge ball. Maybe if I close the shade here. Do you see the ball? Right there. Rainbow. So please do yourself a favor. Open yourself, become more aware of things. Start noticing your thoughts and follow your higher self, your guides or your angels. Only follow them. They lead you on paths of magic. They tell you things. Like, for instance, today. Now, when I first started my channel, I had all these topics, but then I had no more topics. And so I don't get into fear like way in the past. I used to be afraid, oh, what am I going to do now? I don't, because my guides tell me. So I asked them yesterday, do you have a video? Do you have information you would like me to share? And it was yes. And I'm like, okay. So I went to sleep and I woke up. I didn't have a thought in my head about it. So I said, so what is it that you want me to share? And I was on my phone and I saw this picture that I made on my screensaver. And this picture is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'll show it to you because I made it my screensaver because I love nature. And it was just very magical. Do you see this photo? But this morning, I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, Buddha is in there. And I saw Buddha. Now I can't show it to you, but just trust me. And I'm like, oh, Buddha. Now why did Buddha show up? Oh, you want me to talk today about elementals? It was like, yeah. And that's when I went on Facebook, and you've heard of synchronicities? They're everywhere. I went on Facebook, and the first photo, go away. Okay. All right. So then my girlfriend, who lives in Florida actually, she goes, oh, Maxine, I had to share this photo with you. And it was this photo that I showed you earlier. I know you'd like them. Little fairies and the flowers. Synchronicity. So if I was doubtful, which I'm not doubtful anymore, but if you're doubtful like that, then it's not a coincidence. They have power. I'm going to remind you people, there's no power on this planet. There's nothing to fear. You fear because you've been indoctrinated to worry and fear things because it's how they've kept your vibration low. So because your vibration is low, you attract fear thoughts to you. And then it's proven to you because your mind is that powerful, and whatever you believe, you create to prove to you that you're right. So when you believe in the fairies, then you'll see them. So believe in them. Take photos. I want you to know that yes, our phones are designed here, somewhere, whatever, but the universe made sure that you could capture these fairies. They do it. Not anyone on this planet does it. They did it. And that's why our cameras on our cell phones capture these things. And you probably have some in your pictures right now, but you don't look for them. And they were in my face when I was in Oregon. One time I had sunglasses on, and the whole bottom line of my sunglasses, and this isn't after I took the photo, this was a week later when I was eating lunch with one of my friends and telling her about the fairy kingdom, wanting to show her this photo, and actually not that photo, but a different photo, and bam, now one of my spirit guides, animal guides, is the dolphin. And there were 10 dolphins lined up in my sunglasses. Now that photo has disappeared, unfortunately, otherwise I would share it with you. It's crazy. It's fun. There's just love and joy and peace and magic right at your feet, people. Just don't pay attention to anything that's fear-based. Stay away from negative people and do this on your own. And don't tell your friends so they can tell you you're stupid or you're dumb or you're crazy, because that's what they'll do. Trust me, they do that to me all the time. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, that's not real. That's the lighting. That's this. That's that. Well, if you're one of those people, I'm sorry for you. Because be magical. And other than the elementals that are right here in front of you, they're on your body, they're in your sunglasses, they're on your face. If I didn't change my photo, I would show you a whale that was on my neck that I took a selfie, and right here on my neck, about this big, was a whale. And I said to myself, well, this morning I took extra special time and I sent Reiki to, well, I sent it everywhere, but I especially sent it to the whales and the dolphins. And the whale was happy, picked it up, because everybody picks everything up. That's what we are. Energy, thought. That's it. That's why your thoughts are powerful. So I send Reiki to an ocean where there's whales, and they got it. And they thanked me by putting a whale on my neck. I'm not crazy. This is reality, not the illusion that you all live in. My world is the real world, and I'm trying to bring you into this world. The world of love, peace, harmony, joy, and power. Power that you have. So you don't have to fear the IRS. You don't have to fear all the wars and all the crap that goes on. You don't have to fear anything because you don't pay attention to it. You just let it go, because it's only there for a purpose. It's put there from bad people, shame, to keep you in fear, to keep your energy low, to keep your vibration low. And this is how you've all been controlled. So I'm here to teach you how to raise your vibration, because that's your mission here on life, on the planet, to open yourself up to a whole magical world and have some fun. Be a child. Look outside. Start with your camera and develop, like I have, step by step into everything that I've asked. All I did was ask. I asked, will I see them on the earth? And then there they were. Will I see them in the sky? Then there they were. Will I see them in a fire flame? And then there they are. That's all I do. Will I see them? They hear me. That's why you're the creator. This is why I know that you're your own creator, because everything you think and everything you say, you draw it to me. And if to you, not to me, to you. And if you have negative thoughts about people, you draw that negative to you. You will see it from them, and you change it, and bam, that's what you do. And I want to remind you, please do yourself a favor. Go to my video, if you haven't watched it, about spiritual tools that you can use to heal your life. And study that and learn it and start using them. If you have money that you need to have, I show you how to use spiritual tools to get it. How to release people from your life that hurt you. How to change your energy between maybe your boss or someone in your family that you don't get along with. These are the things that I teach you, and all you have to do is do it. That's it. Simple. So I hope you find yourself some fairies, elementals. Some of them are funny looking. Some of them have wings like little fairies. Most of them don't. They have ugly, scary faces. And the scary faces are not bad. They're just fun. Maybe they'll give you an idea of how to dress up for Halloween. You never know. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. And I hope you find them in your photos. And please, if you do, share them with me. Post them on my video in comments. I'd love to see them. Bye. I'm sprinkling fairy dust all over you.